Man, what's the deal with these investments? I mean, isn't it enough that you have money in your bank account and you spend it on what you want? Well, yeah, that works for the most part, but investment is essentially a way of preventing that your money doesn't lose value over time. Now, before I say anything else, I have to say that this is not any investment advice. It's just for information purposes. Like, I'm just telling you my experiences. Basically, a difference between an investment and a non-investment based income is if you have a certain amount of money in your bank, it's susceptible to inflation every single year, say around 5%. It means every product out there gets 5% increased in the cost, meaning that your money loses 5% of its value. So if you had X amount of money in your bank, after 1 year, it'll lose 5% of value for nothing. Sure, you'll gain a little bit of percentage from the bank as an interest, but we already know that's not good for anything. Investing your money in something essentially ensures that your money has a chance to grow or at least maintain its value, if not depreciate. Now again, depending on what kind of investment you're making, your money will retain its value despite the ups and downs of the market. Remember, you have to be in this for the long run. Yes, there are people who boast how rich they have become over a stock market or something like that, but this is not a short-term game. So if you put your money in a few stocks or bonds, they use that money's value to gain some profits. And now that we have already kind of seen which companies stand the test of time and which companies tend to be profitable, if you invest a little bit in that, then chances are you will at least have your money's worth after 5-10 years or so. I recently started investing, so I had no idea what to look for or which broker to contact, and I had no idea about the market itself. That's when I came across a interesting app that I found. It's called Small Case. Not a sponsored affiliated video or anything like that. Small Case is a very interesting concept where they have already bundled a bunch of useful stocks for you, and you can just buy their entire stock based on a monthly SIP, and that will automatically be distributed across your assets in a pre-calculated way. So you don't have to do any work except put your money in there. Again, I don't know how it's going to play out. I recently started investing a few months ago, I think just 1 or 2 months ago, and the experience so far has been pretty good. Like, it has been quite seamless. Check it out if you are curious, but again, don't take my word for it. I may lose everything too. But no, I haven't taken any risks. I have only invested in those things that are going to retain their value for a long time, like top 100 companies or a long time all-weather investments. So I think it's worth checking out. You can easily open your Demat broker account as well using any of their brokers. It's really easy. You can do everything yourself. And I guess we can also touch up about crypto, right? Crypto is a pretty huge deal nowadays. As I heard the last time, it has been made legal in India in 2020. It wasn't really legal all that well because cryptocurrency is generally used for nefarious uses because it cannot be tracked by a government body. But yeah, now I think it is legal. As far as I've heard in 2020, you can trade in crypto in a legal way. Again, I'm not using crypto to get rich or something like that. I've heard of crypto billionaires or whatever, but I'm not trying to be that way. The main advantage of crypto is that it's completely de-linked with your banking system, right? So it's not affected by the standard inflation rate that every other bank is susceptible to. So if you keep an X amount of money in your bank and an X amount of money in crypto doesn't inflate in a constant rate of 5% or something every single year, where your money in your bank constantly loses value. So the inflation in crypto is controlled by code, isn't it? Not one person has authority over the entire blockchain. So crypto doesn't automatically increase in or decrease in its value. Yes, there have been crashes like the Bitcoin crash of 2020, and very recently Bitcoin crashed, I think 2 weeks ago. Bitcoin is not the only crypto, isn't it? Even though it's labeled as the king of cryptocurrencies, I think Doge has a lot of potential coming up. You can easily buy a Dogecoin now for an average of 30 rupees. It's going up and down between 50 and 30 as of making this video. So I have purchased around 100 or 130 Dogecoins. It's not a very expensive deal. Again, my goal here is not to make millions, but to preserve the value of my money. So whatever money I put in crypto, it doesn't really depreciate all that well as long as I hold it for a long time. So if I buy it today and sell it after 2 months, I may not make much of a profit, or I may end up doing a loss. But if I keep it there, like I said, for a long term, for 5-10 years, its value will be safe and it will be protected from inflation that might happen over the decade. There are plenty of apps again which allow you to buy crypto, like WazirX or CoinSwitch. I use CoinSwitch because it seemed easier for me to buy crypto directly through UPI payments. WazirX doesn't support that anymore. I did open an account in WazirX because one of my friends recommended it, and it seemed pretty good. The charts and the info showed to you is very straightforward. But I didn't like the payment system. Like they'll set up a Paytm payments bank under your own name, and you have to send money to that bank, and then it'll debit to your account. I mean, it didn't work well for me. And CoinSwitch is not a great deal either. I mean, many times their payment systems are completely blocked. So if you're constantly planning on buying and selling crypto, this may not be a good choice for you, because right when the price is right, you're trying to sell something or trying to add money to your account, the payment methods are all blocked. You're completely locked out. But that's all right for me. I was able to buy it in one shot very easily. KYC approval was done within a few hours, which is pretty amazing. I mean, remember back in the Paytm days when KYC approval used to take 5-10 days? Now it's instantly done within like 1 hour or so. You just need your Aadhaar and your PAN card, and that's about it. You're ready to go. If you want more info on any of those coins that I mentioned, you can go to their respective websites. I mean, I only purchased dogecoin so far. You can just download a free wallet there from dogecoin.com. I'm a little curious about mining, but well, mining can really damage your hardware if you're not careful, and especially since I'm running a very old laptop, I'm not planning on using it for mining purposes. But then again, I am on the lookout for a new laptop, so I might use my older laptop for CPU-based hash solving, so I can earn a little bit of doge in the background. Let's see, if I do something, I'll let you know. But these are some of my initial impressions or initial thoughts of investing and why I think you should consider it. Again, I'm no expert. I haven't been doing this for like the past 10 years or something. It's just been the past 4 months activity that I'm just putting together. The whole point is protecting your money from inflation. I mean, if it keeps losing value, then what's the use of keeping it? Your hard-earned money is essentially rotting away. Again, if I find some other interesting thing, I'll pin it in the comments, or I don't know, I'll make an update video, I guess. But let me know if you're interested in these kind of videos, like outside of tech. As you probably know, I have an entertainment channel where we talk about movies and games and stuff. That'll be linked in the description. And that's about it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you soon. Cheers.